Thank you, Mr Chair.
They all are.
Mr Chair, I'm pleased to join my many Auckland colleagues and take a call on this bill, and I would like to nine from Auckland, and I think I can see 3 from Waitakere, and I think it would be fair to say that Waitakere is leading the charge on this. But back to the bill, Mr Chair. I would like to speak in favour of the SOP relating to giving some power to local boards. And this is actually in a dreadful bill where local democracy, the local and local government has been actually decimated. This will go a small way, a very, very small way, Mr Chair, to addressing some of the concerns that many of my colleagues have raised, and indeed all of the submitters raised at the Select Committee. And that was to refer local board power allocation to a parliamentary committee to determine a set of minimum activities for local boards. Now, that is not the answer. That is not... Good afternoon, Mr Hughes. That is not the answer, and that will not restore democracy. That will not bring the local back into local government, but it will go a small way into ensuring that local boards have a small amount of power. They have some teeth to make those decisions locally, to advocate for the myriad of local organisations, of families, of communities that they are in touch with, so that their voices are heard. So I would really urge this House, Mr Chair, to take heed of that SOP, and at the very least we would certainly rather see this bill voted down, because it does nothing for local democracy. I think, as our leader Phil Goff said, it is actually what we stand for in Labour. It's about community. It's about communities, but this bill is about corporates, and corporates are not the answer to involving communities in local government. So we know that the initial power of these local boards is going to be undertaken by ensuring that, or passing on what very little power they do have, that will be done by an unelected entity currently. And the vast majority of submitters were very, very concerned about that, and it really saddens me and indeed my colleagues that their voices were not heard. Rodney Hyde, who's sitting beside you, Mr Chair, deeply engrossed, I see, and hopefully being attentive, promised that local boards would be given... could well be organising his next overseas trip. But he promised that local boards would be given certainty around their powers. He has not lived up to that promise. There is no certainty, there is no guarantee as to their function, their powers, and their ability to influence the governing body of the Council. And as my good friend and colleague Carmel Sepuloni, what if there was a very right-wing council, a certain mayor that had no, a mayor elected that had no, wasn't in touch with communities? What reassurance have local people within a community? What assurance have the people of Waitakere got? What assurance have all those community organisations got? If we think of Project Twin Streams, of the myriad of local organisations that are well supported by Waitakere City Council, what reassurance have they got that they are going to be able to continue to fulfil their roles, to continue to represent communities, to continue with all the good work that they do? It is a real concern, and that this bill actually just reinforces the imbalance of the super city, that too much power in the centre, with the mayor in the centre, and very, very little at that local community. There is no ability also for these local boards to make bylaws. They are likely to have very, very little say about the operations of the corporatised CCOs, and we talked about those CCOs last night, the absolutely power that they have, 7 CCOs that are going to have extraordinary powers, and actually no accountability back to the local boards. And